What's up, gang? Got a big announcement in the evolution of liveukulele.com and my own teaching endeavors. We've moved on to print. This is the forthcoming Ukulele Chord Shapes book. Going to be available on Amazon in a couple days once it gets through their system and gets published on there. It's 54 pages, 54 beautiful pages of chord shapes and chord theory and pretty much everything you're going to need to know about using chords on the ukulele. This has been available as an ebook on liveukulele.com for many years now, but I've in the past few months been working on putting this in book form, so I have something to bring with me and to sell at workshops. And it's just for me so much lovelier to have a physical book to flip through and to see what's going on here. So the difference from here to the ebook is basically I just upgraded some things for clarity. I added a couple new chord shapes, so there's a couple more chord families to learn from beyond the ebook, and I upgraded all of the chord images so that they're super clear in print, which can be tricky if you're not using a high enough dots per inch format. The core concept remains the same. With any shape that you find in the book, you can see that there are red root dots floating around inside the shape, and that tells you what you line this shape up with on your fretboard to find all 12 iterations of this chord shape and how to make it happen in all 12 keys. So for instance, if you look at this one here, it looks like a B flat as most people know it. And if you line this dot or this dot, it doesn't really matter, but the red dot in the book is going to show you where the root is located inside the shape. So if you put that root dot on a B flat note, which happens to be on the first fret here, it's a B flat. But if you move this dot so this dot covers up a different fret, even if you were to move it up one fret, so it was on the fourth fret, that's a B note, so the shape becomes a B chord. So using this concept, Ukulele Chord Shapes, the book is going to walk you through how to play all kinds of far out chords that you probably will never use, but it's a reference and it's there if you need them. And it presents the same amount of material as an Alfred or Hal Leonard chord book, but with only a more limited amount of shapes. And what you do, you still cover the same amount of ground and you learn as many chords, but with the shapes, you're going to move them around so that they cover all that ground. So it looks like there's less happening, but it's really just less clutter. You're going to take each one of these shapes, and each one of these shapes can be 12 chords once you learn the method of how to move them around and visualize it. So 12 chords from each shape. That's sort of the idea, is it lightens the workload a little bit, hopefully connects all the dots in your mind, and creates a more cohesive view of the fretboard and what happens. So it's going to be $19.99 on Amazon. Still, the ebook's going to be still available, $12.99 via liveukulele.com. But if you're a physical print book copy kind of person like me, this is going to be a really awesome resource for lots of people. I'm excited to have it, hold it here, and be able to look through it and oh, what's that chord, and then go reference back to all these shapes. So there's of course the shapes section, which is like the chord book part of it. There's a super detailed section on how to find chords. See, it says right there, how to find a chord. And then in the back, there's lots of theory kinds of things that explains the whys of all the shapes that are earlier in the book. And then there's practice and examples of how to find these chords and stuff, so you're not kind of left high and dry with an explanation but no follow through on how to use that and envision it and get used to the concept. And then there's a couple more things in there, but overall 54 pages, I believe. Looks really good. I'm really super excited with how it came out. The quality is really nice, and it's basically the chord book that I have always wanted to have coming up as an ukulele player and learning my chords and the concepts behind what make them tick. I had to do it myself, but it's done now, and really excited to be able to share that with the world. So keep an eye out for that in a couple days on Amazon, and I'll be posting links up on Facebook and the site. So keep an eye on that, and I'll catch you down the road. Please, any feedback you have on the book, I'd love to hear it, and we'll go from there. Aloha.